Good day, kids! It's a brand new day. I am teacher Manu Palabio, your Science 5 teacher. Today, we will be learning an exciting lesson in science. Are you ready? Come on, I'll walk you through. Our exciting lesson today is about estuaries that focuses on the interactions among living and non-living things in estuary. Let's find out what is an estuary. An estuary is the tidal mouth of a large river where the tide meets the stream. It is a partially enclosed coastal body of brackish water with one or more rivers or streams flowing into it, and with a free connection to the open sea. Estuaries form a transition zone between river environments and maritime environments. Examples of estuaries is the world-famous Fjord Estuary in Norway and the tectonic estuary in San Francisco Bay where the Golden Gate Bridge is located. Now let's talk about the interactions among living and non-living things in an estuary. An estuary is a partly enclosed body of water where fresh water coming down the rivers meets with salt water from the sea. Estuaries are fascinating places. They are the most productive ecosystems on the planet. Therefore, they have tons and tons of wildlife such as breeding fishes, birds, some are migratory, and many reptiles and mammals. The estuaries are home to lots of animals, especially fish, because they come to lay eggs. It is also home to many more types of birds, mammals, and plants as well. Estuaries have been called the nurseries of the sea because the protected environment and abundant food provide an ideal location for fish and shellfish to reproduce. Most commercially important fish species spend some part of their life cycle in estuaries. Estuarine fish habitats occur where fresh water from rivers and streams mixes with the salty ocean water. This brackish water environment supports a variety of fish habitats. These environments provide important feeding, spawning, and nursery sites for many aquatic animals. How do estuaries help the economy and environment? Estuaries are an important natural places. They provide goods and services that are economically and ecologically indispensable. Often called nurseries of the sea, estuaries provide vital nesting and feeding habitats for many aquatic plants and animals. Many shorebirds feed on the mudflats of estuaries during low tide, when they would catch stranded fish and some other invertebrates. Filter feeders like oysters and clams depend greatly on the presence of plankton. In an estuary, planktons are producers, so other animals in the estuary depend on it as their food source. The feeding relationship between the different organisms inhabiting an estuary is called estuary food chain. It indicates which organisms are producers and consumers. It also shows the transfer of nutrients and energy from plants to animals. Let us try to look at the illustration. This illustration is an example of food chain in an estuary. This estuarine food web shows how nutrients are transferred through ecosystems. In this illustration, plants are consumed by invertebrates, such as snails and cockles, which are then eaten by small fishes, which in turn may be hunted by larger fish like snapper. Estuaries are temporary landforms and don't last very long. Rivers carry sediment eroded from the land into them, and tides bring in sand from the seafloor. If there are more sediment coming in than flushing out, eventually an estuary will age and die. In fact, it fills up with so much sediment that it turns into dry lands. Let's find out some animals and wildlife found in estuary. Heron is an opportunistic feeder and mostly prefer fish. Crayfish and other crustaceans are a regular source of food. It also hunts for aquatic insects, grasshoppers, frogs, rodents, and snakes. It uses a variety of baits and lures, including crusts of bread, insects, earthworms, twigs, or feathers. Bald eagles feeds mostly in coastal areas or near large lakes and rivers that have abundant fish. They feed on live fish that they snatched out of water using their talons. The underside of the eagle's feet are rough and keep the fish from slipping from the eagle's grasp. The bay pipefish are common in eelgrass of bays and estuaries and are sometimes found in shallow offshore waters. Pipefish feed on crustaceans. Females' pipefish are larger than males. Cherry salmon is a member of the salmon family. It is classified as critically endangered, facing an extremely high risk of extinction in the wild. The cherry salmon has an average length of around 20 inches. In the sea, the cherry salmon feeds on crustaceans, less often on young fish. Dungeness crab is delicious. In fact, it is considered the best tasting seafood. It lives in eelgrass beds at the bottom of the water. It can often blend into its surroundings very well that they are undetected. It often sticks its head into the sand when it feels there is some type of danger around. Purple shore crab is very common and is a likely sight when you flip over a rock at the beach. The shell is smooth and usually purple, but sometimes greenish yellow or reddish brown. It is very sensitive, so when it's hiding and rock is turned over, it will scurry away immediately. There are also mammals like river otter, seal like northern fur seal, sea lion like California sea lion. This time that you already know the interactions among living and non-living things in estuary, I am very sure that you can already answer the question, how do living and non-living things interact in estuary? Good luck, kids! You're on the right track. Right now, I know it's very easy. Once again, my name is Teacher Manu Palabio saying, God bless you, Mama Mary loves you, I likewise do. Goodbye, kids! I'll see you next lesson.